Hey y'all, I wanted to talk a bit about this government shutdown we're experiencing again. I was gonna do a video about this yesterday, but I was incapacitated and sleeping on my bathroom floor. Feeling a little bit better now, so we're gonna talk about it right now. Okay, so on Friday, at midnight on Friday, so technically Saturday, the government ran out of money officially, and so the government shut down. It didn't like officially shut down at midnight because the government doesn't shut down until the Treasury Secretary sends out like a notice that the government's like out of money. He can extend it for like I think 24 more hours, possibly 48. But for all intents and purposes, we're out of money. The government shut down. If you don't understand the implications of like all of what the government shutting down means, the Washington Post did I think a couple articles on it, and it gives you the basics, and I think the New York Times did one as well. So anyway, on this government shutdown, whose fault is it? Trump's. This is Trump's shutdown. Some people blame the Republicans, some people blame the Democrats. No, this is Trump's shutdown. The Republicans and Democrats were coming to an agreement. They were coming to some sort of a compromise, and they were both going to be like, okay, fine, whatever, we'll sign this bill. It's completely draconian and going to be really unpopular with the people, but the government needs to be funded, and they were going to do a stopgap bill, which would have funded the government till the 16th of February, which would have been the fourth stopgap bill of this fiscal year, which started in September. And then Trump got his Twitter account. John Kelly needs to take away his phone, I swear. Oh my gosh. And he was like, I'm not gonna sign anything that doesn't fund my wall and, lets me kick out all the dreamers. And so Democrats were like, fine, then we're not gonna sign it before you can't sign it. And so the Democrats didn't sign it, and actually there were 5 Democrats that did sign onto it, and there were 4 Republicans that didn't sign onto it, because like I said, this is the fourth stopgap bill that was going to be the fourth stopgap bill of this fiscal year, and the Republicans were like, this is ridiculous. If we can't fund it long term, then we need to like figure something out and be able to do our jobs. So they didn't sign it. Republicans didn't sign it. I mean, Democrats didn't sign it. The 4 Republicans didn't sign it. So the government shut down. And it's ridiculous because the Republicans hold both the House and the Senate and the White House, and, they can't fund the government. So there was that. And so what a bit more what happened was in September or October, the Republicans stopped funding CHIP, which is the child health care program that over 8 million children depend on in order to receive healthcare services. They stopped funding it. And then the president decided he was going to kick out all the dreamers because he has to undo everything Obama's ever done in his 8 years in office. So then Mitch McConnell tweeted out on Friday, and he was like, well, the Democrats have to choose. They have to choose the 8 million children on CHIP or the 800,000 people who were protected by DACA. And the Democrats were like, no, that's ridiculous. You are not going to hold 2 groups of Americans hostage. That's horrible, and you're a horrible human being. And no, then we're just not going to sign it. So they didn't. The Senate needed 60 votes in order to pass the bill. It did pass the House, by the way, but they have been a bit more of a Republican majority. And so they didn't sign on to do it. And so this is the second government shutdown I've lived through. The last one was a 16-day government shutdown because the Republicans didn't like the Affordable Care Act. So, yeah, both of these have been the Republicans' faults. And people say they vote for them for their fiscal policies. Tisk tisk. Anyway, so that's a bit about what happened leading up. The both sides of the aisle are a bit more optimistic that they will get this solved over the weekend. There's a vote tomorrow on Monday. In the Senate, Mitch McConnell scheduled a vote. But nobody knows what the president wants. The Republican establishment doesn't know what the president wants. Chuck Schumer went and had a meeting with Trump, and they couldn't come to a compromise. And so if they can't get the president on board with this bill and the president vetoes the bill, what's the point? And the Republicans in the House have also they have adopted Trump's hardline stance on immigration. So, say the Senate's bill does protect Dreamers. Does that mean that the Republicans in the House, who for some reason now decide they like each other, they don't vote for it because it protects Dreamers? I don't know. And we do need the Republicans in the House to sign on to this because they do have the majority in the House. So the negotiations are going to be difficult, and they're going to be even more difficult because the Cheeto-in-chief is being difficult and has Twitter, and John Kelly needs to take his phone. Thank you. So, yeah. This is Trump shutdown, and like all his other businesses, he needs to own up to it.